Welcome to Talk in English.
How can you politely ask someone for assistance?
You could say something like, "Would it be possible for you to lend me a hand, please?"
What's the best way to request help from a friend or colleague?
The best way to request help from a friend or colleague is by saying, "I was wondering if you could assist me with something."
When is it appropriate to seek help from others?
It's appropriate to seek help from others when you genuinely need support and believe they can provide it.
What are some common phrases for asking for help in English?
Some common phrases for asking for help in English include, "Could you please help me with?" and "I could use some assistance with."
Can you give me tips on requesting help without sounding needy?
To request help without sounding needy, you can express your request politely and add, "if you have the time and it's not too much trouble."
How do you approach someone you need assistance from?
When approaching someone you need assistance from, you can start with, "I hope I'm not bothering you, but..."
What's the etiquette for asking for help in a professional setting?
In a professional setting, it's best to ask for help by saying, "I value your expertise, and I would appreciate your guidance on this matter."
How do you make someone feel comfortable when asking for their help?
To make someone feel comfortable when asking for their help, you can begin with, "I completely understand if you're busy, but..."
What should you do if you feel hesitant about seeking help?
If you feel hesitant about seeking help, it's okay to say, "I'm a bit unsure about this, and I'd appreciate your input."
Are there cultural differences in how people ask for assistance?
Cultural differences in asking for assistance can exist, so it's important to be respectful and adapt your approach when needed.
What strategies can you use to express your needs clearly?
To express your needs clearly, you can say, "I want to make sure I'm on the right track, so could you please clarify this for me?"
How do you prioritize your requests for help when you have multiple needs?
When someone offers help, you can gracefully accept by saying, "Thank you so much for your willingness to assist. It means a lot to me."
How do you gracefully accept help when it's offered?
The best way to thank someone for their help is by showing genuine gratitude, such as, "I'm truly grateful for your support."
What's the best way to thank someone for their help?
To build a network of people you can turn to for assistance, consider saying, "I value our collaboration and would love to stay in touch for future endeavors."
How can you build a network of people you can turn to for assistance?
To avoid any missteps when asking for help, it's important not to pressure or demand assistance from others.
What should you avoid doing when asking for help?
When approaching a teacher or mentor for help with studies, you can say, "I respect your knowledge in this area and would greatly appreciate your guidance."
How do you approach a teacher or mentor for help with your studies?
Being assertive but not pushy when seeking help can be achieved by saying, I'm confident in your expertise and would be grateful for your insights.
How can you be assertive but not pushy when seeking help?
The difference between asking for help and seeking advice lies in the depth of involvement. You might say, "I'm seeking advice on this matter, but if you could assist more directly, that would be wonderful."
What's the difference between asking for help and seeking advice?
To communicate the urgency of your request, you can say, "I'm on a tight deadline, so if you could help promptly, it would be fantastic."
How do you communicate the urgency of your request for assistance?
When embarrassed to ask for help, you can start by acknowledging your discomfort with, "I feel a bit embarrassed to ask, but I could really use your expertise."
How do you handle situations when you feel embarrassed to ask for help?
A well-crafted request for help includes a clear explanation of what you need, why you need it, and how it benefits both parties involved.
What are the key elements of a well-crafted request for help?
In a competitive environment, it's important to approach asking for help with humility and by acknowledging others' expertise.
How do you navigate asking for help in a competitive environment?
Body language and tone play a significant role in asking for assistance. Maintaining eye contact and using a polite tone can make a difference.
What's the role of body language and tone in asking for assistance?
To show respect for the other person's time, you can say, "I understand you have a busy schedule, so I appreciate any time you can spare to assist."
How do you ask for help in a way that shows respect for the other person's time?
When needing assistance from a stranger in public, you can begin with, "Excuse me, I was wondering if you could help me with something."
How do you approach a stranger when you need assistance in public?
In emergency situations, phrases like, "I need immediate help," or "Can you assist in this urgent matter?" are appropriate.
What are some phrases for requesting help in an emergency situation?
To encourage open communication when seeking help in a group, you can say, "I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts on this, and I'm open to suggestions."
How can you encourage open communication when seeking help in a group?
Asking for help with technology-related issues can start with, "I'm having trouble with this technology, and I was wondering if you could provide some guidance."
What's the best way to ask for help with technology-related issues?
Expressing gratitude to someone who has been consistently helpful can be done by saying, "Your ongoing support has been invaluable to me, and I'm deeply thankful."
How do you express gratitude to someone who has been consistently helpful?
To gauge when it's appropriate to offer help in return, you can say, "If there's ever anything I can assist you with, please don't hesitate to ask."
How do you gauge when it's appropriate to offer help in return?
When delegating tasks instead of asking for help, it's important to clearly communicate responsibilities and expectations.
What's the difference between asking for help and delegating tasks?
Asking for help from someone in a higher position at work can begin with, "I respect your expertise in this matter, and I'd appreciate your guidance."
How do you ask for help from someone in a higher position at work?
To convey the importance of the task when seeking assistance, you can say, "This task is crucial to our project's success, and I could use your expertise."
How can you convey the importance of the task when seeking assistance?
If someone declines your request for help, you can respond with understanding, such as, "I understand if you're busy. I appreciate your consideration."
How do you handle situations when someone declines your request for help?
Strategies for finding the right person to help you include seeking out individuals with relevant expertise and experience.
What strategies can you use to find the right person to help you?
When approaching a mentor for career development help, you can say, "I greatly admire your career achievements, and I'd be honored to receive your guidance."
How do you approach a mentor for help with your career development?
To ask for help when feeling overwhelmed, you can say, "I have a lot on my plate right now, and I could use some support in managing my tasks."
What's the best way to ask for help when you're feeling overwhelmed?
Asking for help without revealing too much personal information can be done by focusing on the specific task or problem at hand.
How do you ask for help without revealing too much personal information?
To overcome the fear of rejection when seeking assistance, remember that it's okay to ask, and not everyone will decline.
How can you overcome the fear of rejection when seeking assistance?
When asking for help with a creative project or brainstorming session, you can start with, "I'd love to collaborate on this creative endeavor. Your input would be valuable."
How do you ask for help with a creative project or brainstorming session?
The etiquette for asking for help in a foreign country or culture may vary, so it's essential to research and adapt your approach accordingly.
What's the etiquette for asking for help in a foreign country or culture?
When dealing with a challenging situation, you can say, "I'm facing a difficult situation, and I could use some guidance on how to navigate it."
How do you request help when you're dealing with a challenging situation?
Making it easy for others to assist you can involve clear communication, specific requests, and showing appreciation for their help.
How can you make it easy for others to assist you when needed?
When struggling with a mental health issue, you can say, "I'm going through a tough time, and I believe talking to someone could be beneficial."
How do you ask for help when you're struggling with a mental health issue?
Asking for help when relocating or moving can start with, "I'm in the process of moving, and I could use some assistance with packing and logistics."
What's the best way to ask for help when you're relocating or moving?
When approaching a colleague for help with a collaborative project, you can say, I believe our collaboration on this project would be highly productive.
How do you approach a colleague for help with a collaborative project?
To express appreciation to those who have supported you in the past, you can say, "Your past assistance has been invaluable to me, and I'm truly thankful."
How can you express appreciation to those who have supported you in the past?
When requesting help with time management or organization, you can say, "I'm looking for strategies to improve my time management. Could you share some tips?"
How do you request help with time management or organization?
Strategies for maintaining healthy boundaries when asking for assistance include respecting the other person's time and expertise while being clear about your needs.
What are some strategies for maintaining healthy boundaries when asking for assistance?
When asking for help, remember that seeking assistance is a sign of strength, and you can say, "I believe that together, we can overcome this challenge."